It's 7 AM, we've got up early and we're going on a trek through the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle, punk! Welcome to the jungle!
Yeah, so this is the jungle by our Airbnb lodge. It's very overgrown. We're thinking it's going to lead to the beach, but we're not sure.
We're also hoping to see monkeys. Definitely the trip.
We're also going to have a look for some sloths and some monkeys.
Do you know where you are?
Where are we, Ali?
We're in the jungle!
What are we doing later, Ali?
We're doing some sloths.
Yes, we are!
Well, you guys, let me tell you that in the wild, sloths they eat from leaves. But you guys, the two-finger sloths, besides leaves, they eat from other things. The two-finger sloths, you guys, leaves, flowers, green fruits, and seeds. What about the three-finger sloths? You guys, only leaves, right? Occasionally flowers, right? That difference of the diet, you guys, is because of a difference in the anatomy of these animals. And specifically, you guys right here, people, okay? Let me introduce you to these sloths that we have here. The first one, you guys, in that first enclosure, her name is Millie, and she's 16 years old. She's a two-finger sloth, right?
Hi, Millie.
And then you guys, we have this couple here, the one that is getting all the attention right now. This is a couple, and the one that we're looking right now, I mean, the one that we can see the face right now, that will be the male, and his name is Johnny Depp. Okay? And then you guys, we have the other one, that will be the female. Her name is Tasmania. We call her Taz, right? So Johnny Depp and Taz. Also, these two young females over here, and these are two young three-finger sloths, right? Females. That will be Priya, right? Okay. And then the other one will be Halle Berry, okay? Halle Berry and Priya. And then you guys, my buddy over there, mi amigo, his name is Toyota. Here in the tropics, they need to keep warm. Why here in the tropics keeping warm? Well, you guys, as you can see, we have an animal that they don't move much, and they move very slowly. So what? It is difficult for them to generate body heat. That these animals, which they eat every day, they eat every single day, right? And these daily portion of food, according to our experts, is going to spend approximately from week to week and a half on every single stomach. And you guys, that makes a digestion process with a minimum of 30 days, a maximum of 50 days of digestion process, right? And because of that, you guys, because of this, right here, we have animals that, well, they don't go to the bathroom too often. Where sloths, they only defecate and urinate once a week. Once a week, you guys, what happens is this. Sloths climbing down from the trees, all the way to the ground. They make a hole, they poop, they pee, they bury it, and they go up again. Isn't that nice? Right? I mean, very polite. Compared to other animals, very nice, right? For example, those mean monkeys, you guys, they do it right from the trees, no matter what or who's down there, right? And sometimes they even throw it at you to poop, right? But in the case of sloths, you guys, no, they go down, right? And good, you guys, because if you think about it, again, they eat every day. But they just go to the bathroom once a week. Tasmania. We call her Taz. Alright, you guys, those other differences between species, things that you can see by yourself, you guys, and as you can see, we have and because of that accident, you guys, well, Toyota, he lose his left arm. No left arm on Toyota, right? Right? Now, how these happen? Well, you guys, let me tell you that this is because of the number one cause of injuries and mortality to sloths here in Costa Rica, and that will be, you guys, the electrical power lines. That's the number one, you guys. What did you say over there?
Falling off the tree.
No, that is not even on the top 5. Let me tell you that. No, right? Well, you want to hear the top 3? Well, the electrical power lines.
Cars.
Yeah, being hit by a car and attacked by dogs. What happens, you guys, is that they electrocute, fall into the ground, die right there. But my friend, he survived, right? But what, you guys, you can imagine that arm, well, it was completely burned, the arm of Toyota, right? So what happens, you guys, is that not only the arm completely burned, also, you guys, that we believe that this sloth right here, Toyota, he spent approximately from week to week and a half on the ground before someone found him and brought it here, right? And how ironic, an electrician found him and brought it here, you guys. And the only solution about that arm, you guys, that was amputation, right? So we have to amputate, you guys. And this situation happened 6 years ago. It's been 6 years, you guys, since we declared Toyota one of our permanent residents of the sanctuary, right? Obviously, you guys, a sloth with no arm, no way that he can survive with only one arm, right?
Perform the medical procedures here?
Yes, exactly. We have 2 veterinarians in dealing with these kind of situations and more. You guys, education, that's what they need, right? You guys, what happens here is that these animals, the baby, which is 1 baby at a time, they need to spend 1 year with the mommy so that baby can learn everything from mommy.
They seem to be claiming that this is a prehistoric sloth. It was that size compared to man. I'm not really sure I believe this. It seems a bit far-fetched. You got giant T-Rex sized sloths. I don't know. Ali, what do you think of that giant sloth behind you?
I think it's terrifying, yet fascinating.
Hey, Daddy.
This is Elmo.
Elmo.
Yeah.
Cute.
Alright, you guys, of course, as you can see, we're talking about a group of people or staff working here, right? We take them down there, right? Okay, you guys, now, okay. It's not too much of the occasions when they fall, because only when they're very, very small, right, they have the chances of fall, and there's always somebody here, right, taking care of them, right? These age is very, very difficult that they fall. So, you know, you guys, when I tell you nurseries, because here we have, not exactly like babies, more like young sloths, right? And these sloths that we have here are between the ages of 8 months or 9 months, all the way to a year and a half.
Quite big.
Yeah, they're quite big. They grow very, very fast during the first year, right?
Oh.
But remember that during the first year,
sanctuary. We just finished a really cool tour, learned all about sloths. Here they have 2 different varieties of sloth. They've got the 2-fingered and the 3-fingered sloth. Apparently there's, I think, 5 different varieties. They've got these 2 varieties here in Costa Rica. We learned some really interesting facts about sloths. It's illegal in Costa Rica to keep them as pets. These guys recover them from the wild, which is really cool, and if they've been injured, and help bring them back to life, or they'll take them if someone's tried to turn one into a pet. So it's a rescue centre, so they try and recover the injured ones and release them to the wild, or if they're abandoned, they just keep them here because they can't survive on their own without the necessary skills.
Did you have a good time, guys?
Had a fascinating time.
Fascinating.
Yeah. My favourite thing actually as well was that they call the hospital the Slothspital.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Slothspital.
Fascinating.
I was very sad about the fact that the first cause of death is electrical power lines, and very interested to learn that they only pee once a week, because that is very infrequent.
Compared to you especially.
Especially compared to myself and Pippa.
Yeah.
I was sad to learn that there was so much abandonment. Well, sometimes the babies are deformed or weak or get injured and they get left by the mummy, or they fall down and they just can't be asked to go and get them, which is really sad. And then they're rescued or eaten.
Okay. As an official expert in sloths, I'm delighted to tell you that the difference between a two-fingered sloth and a three-fingered sloth is much akin to the difference between an ostrich and a penguin. Thank you.
It's also one has 2 fingers and one has 3 fingers as well.
We're done.
What I found really interesting is that the mothers will operate kind of a similar policy that people operate with drug addicts, where they'll often give them a first or a second chance. If they fall down, they'll pick them back up. But there comes a limit, and sometimes it's the first time, sometimes it's the 5th or 6th time the mother will realise there's just no helping that sloth, it's broken, and they'll just let it go and it'll have to get rescued. Yeah, they get a couple of chances, but ultimately the mother might just abandon them. What was the most interesting fact you learned today about sloths?
What was the most interesting fact? I think it was that the mothers do eventually abandon their babies.
Yeah.
Already said
I
that.
think that's. I know, but I find it very interesting.
What can people do if they want to help this sloth sanctuary?
Come and visit is the main thing that they like. They have a B&B here, or they basically just need money and donations, as does everywhere. But if you can come and visit, that would be great. It's very cool here. And there is a boat tour as well, which we're not doing, but as part of the tour, you can go off down the river and see if you can spot some wild sloths. We're not doing that today.
Sloth sleeping. Right, let's hit the road, guys. Ready, Wheels?
Yeah!